Alright, Mick here, OG Wrexham fan, punk rocker, biker, maybe ex, maybe in, who knows. This is second episode of Amputee Nitty Gritty. It is episode 2. Episode 2 is about pain. It's going to keep it as short as possible. The first time I did this was 14 minutes long because there's a lot of pain. But I'm going to stick to the immediate aftermath. So no talking about the accident, no talking about pain in hospital. As soon as you have your amputation, you get a different set of pain. A lot of pain. First of all, there's psychological pain. Looking down and having no fucking leg freaks you out. But there's a lot of serious pain. The docs will give you medication. Lots of it. They started me with ketamine. That messed me up, man. That gave me night terrors. All sorts of things. I asked them, change it. They didn't want to change it because they didn't think it was the ketamine giving me night terrors. Anyway, I convinced them to change it. And the first night with the new stuff, no night terrors. The new stuff was fentanyl. There's a reason why fentanyl is a big problem around the world because it's great. But you can't live on fentanyl for the rest of your life. Eventually, when you come to leave hospital, they will cut you down to something like morphine. Or a morphine in my case. I was sent home with a prescription of that because I was in a lot of pain. Now, I was prescribed it 2 times a day, I think. But we tried not to take it 2 times a day in the expectation of pain. And we tried to do it like, if you're in pain, take some. If not, don't. And I think that worked. And I didn't get any kind of dependence, I don't think. So I'm off that now. The most important thing to avoid pain is to keep your leg elevated. Always keep it elevated. I remember going to the toilet the first time I got home. That is very difficult to keep it elevated, obviously, because you're sitting on a throne there. That pain is indescribable. It was so bad I was in tears. We ended up having to put a footstool in the toilet and we would maneuver me in there and we would get that leg up as much as you can because that's an entirely awful pain to have. You're going to have pain all day for a while. You're going to take your meds and eventually that will subside. But then you may also get... oh, by the way, I'll get back to that. You may also get... what's called phantom pain. Phantom pain is fucking mental. It freaks you out because it's pain in a limb that doesn't exist. That's insane. Mine was awful. I read up a bit about it. I was told it would be like burning sensation, like your legs on fire. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? You might get that. I had it felt like I could feel my leg, but it was ice. It was frozen solid. And like that for like hours and hours and hours, particularly at night. And that kind of pain is excruciating. We tried all sorts. We eventually bought like a heated pad from Amazon. And every time the freeze came, we put my leg on it. What's left of my leg. And most of it was just empty space with this heated pad. And weirdly, it seemed to work. Calm me down a bit. That's mental, isn't it? I was up a lot at night, screaming, crying. That's awful. It will subside. Mine was apparently helped by the fact that I had TMR, which is where they reattach nerves somewhere else. So if your consultant gets that, ask your consultant about TMR, just in case they don't. That should separate the worst. Anyway, one story, I was up all night, one night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning over Christmas, and I'm crying like this, like that, and I hear this little voice from under the covers of my partner. She's fast asleep, but she's woke up because of that noise, and all I hear is, as I've gone, she's gone, staying alive. Now, you might think that that's not funny, but trust me, it's fucking hilarious. Because what you need is a distraction. Always get anything that you can do. Knitting, if you like, don't care. Whatever it is that distracts you, do it, because phantom pain is awful. And you probably will get it. You might be lucky, might not. But do whatever you can to distract yourself. Right, then, eventually, as that starts to subside, you may get something called phantom sensation. I I don't really have a problem with phantom sensation. A lot of people do. They find it weird, uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable, but it's kind of cool, because basically what happens is you'll be sitting, in my case, I was sitting in the hospital one day, I was looking down at my NHS Long John Silver leg, and at the shoe, which wasn't attached to my body except with this leg, and all of a sudden I'm wiggling my toes in that shoe. Now I know my toes aren't there, but that was a bit freaky, freaked me out. But ever since then, occasionally, you know, I've got a nerve problem. When you jangle that nerve, my whole leg switches on like a strip light. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm wiggling my toes, and I don't mind. I don't get itching. Lots of people get itching. I don't know, they're scratching. I don't get that. I just get like, whoo, I've got a leg, wiggling my toes. I remember what that felt like. I miss my leg. So sometimes it's kind of cool. It comes back across the Rainbow Bridge and reattaches itself just for a moment, and I can feel it. Don't be afraid of phantom sensation. All right, don't be afraid of that. Live with it. You're gonna get it probably. I am doing mirror therapy at my physio right now, and that's pretty cool. That seems to work. You sort of look at your good leg and the mirror reflection of it, and you move your non-existent one about. It's kind of mental, but it works. Try it out. Anyway, this is a short history of amputee pain. I don't want to go on about it. 6 minutes, 28 seconds. Like and subscribe if you want to follow my journey through the stages of having amputation. So the next few episodes will be about physio, moving about, all of that stuff. So stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so you get the bell. Blah, 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 etc. But if you know someone who is in this situation or gonna be in this situation, then hit up my channel or some of the other amazing YouTube channels. All right, cheers. Up the town. Good night. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Turn it off.